Got the rods out. It's chilly. There's no wind really, so it's good news. I got a rod out over there, and then I got this bad boy right here, hoping to catch a run. I always seem to get the camera on the wrong rod. You know, the fish seem to know. All right, camera's on the gold rod. Let's hit that blue one so he don't get no footage. High tides right now, though. It's beautiful out. That is one gorgeous sunset. Whatever you want to call it. The clouds are kind of in the way now. I just really hope the lobsters don't come out. The lobsters are never any fun. Start eating your bait. I pre-cut all my bait too, so I can be efficient. I wanted to get out here and just get some lines in the water. So I was sitting there at home cutting up bait, have it on the hook ready to go. I'm using a double dropper loop on the blue rod over there, hoping to catch something smaller on that one. Just, you know, at least get something coming up, and then this one's set up for something bigger. I got a still leader on it with a nice mackerel head on it. I'm trying some smaller bait today though, just because we're in the bay. I normally like to go big, throw a big old half of a mackerel on. Right now I'm doing like little quarter chunks and everything like that, just because I feel like the fish are a little smaller in the bay, and I feel like I'm going to get a better bite if I'm using more, you know, appropriate size bait. At least, you know, someone put me onto that recently. Like they're saying, you know, hey, if you're using large chunks of bait and it's not working, maybe switch it up to something smaller. Now, yesterday we did get that really, really nice run though on that grunion. I didn't bring any of the grunion down here tonight just because I'm only going to be going live for about an hour, then heading home. I'm just down the street from my pad, but so I only have like 4 or 5 grunion left, so I really don't want to waste them. I want to try them out in the big bay. A lot of people say they were great for halibut, and everybody's been catching halibut. If you saw some of my other videos at Shelter Island recently, I haven't caught one yet this year, but everybody's crushing it with the halibut. See, I saw 3 of them come up when I was there last Sunday. One was a keeper, the other 2 were shorts. And it seems like the sandies are coming up like crazy there too. There was a couple of short sandies that day, a keeper sandy, and then Jose caught like I want to say that was like a 22, 23 inch sand bass on his shark rod on Tuesday. And I just uploaded that short, so that's pretty legit. It's good to see the water finally warming up, you know. It's been so cold out here. This bay water is super warm right now. I can actually walk out in it, no problem. But it's been so cold this winter that it's just nothing was coming up. Again, though, seeing those halibut come up, and then that sandy over at Shelter. Shelter seems to be one of the most overfished, just underproducing piers that I personally have ever really fished at. I've seen some really big stuff come up. I had my buddy Nigel pulled in I want to say I'm not trying to exaggerate, but it was like 5.5 feet. It was a leopard shark. The thing was huge, man. And he threw it back in front of everybody, which I commend him for that. Everybody got so mad. He like took a couple pictures of it, and he took it just boom, right back over the pier. I don't eat them either, though. The leopards, I honestly don't eat much that I catch in the bay. If it's out in the ocean, I'm more into, you know, giving it a shot. But the bay water, especially San Diego Big Bay with the shipyards, it's crazy. They just have way too much pollution out there. And then, so the main pier we like to fish out here is Ocean Beach. It's been closed down since I want to say 2023, late 2023. And that's like in my opinion, the best spot. Even Oceanside up north, not OB, burned down, I think the year before last too. That was rough. So we're really, you know, dwindled down here in San Diego on our piers. We only have, as far as like in the actual ocean, there's only 3 piers that I can think of off the top of my head that you can actually fish right now. And Oceanside's one of them, but you can only go out until where the restaurant's at because everything else literally burned down to the ground. You got Crystal Pier, and then you've got, which Crystal Pier is right here in Pacific Beach. And that one, unfortunately, like it's privately owned. I think you actually have to have a fishing license to be on that one as well. Don't quote me on that, but that one closes at sunset. So right now everybody's got to leave. Everybody's being kicked off of that pier. The only one, and then even Imperial Beach, as soon as the restaurant closes at the end down there, they close off the end of that pier. The only pier that you can really fish 24 hours a day that I think even produces is Shelter Island. And again, that one's just so oversaturated. And Ocean Beach Pier isn't supposed to be back or rebuilt. They're going to start demolition, I think, next year or the year after that, but they're not going to have the new one built until as early as 2033. There we go. There we go. Oh no, is that a lobster though? See that says lobster to me. Let it chew on it just a little bit more. Because if it's something big, it's gonna run with that. It's not gonna just. I'm almost positive that's some kind of lobster. I've got a mackerel head on it. You know, that's. Well, there's something out there at least. All right. I'm gonna reel it in though, because if it is a lobster, I don't want it chewing on my bait too long. And I'm almost positive it is. And the only other thing it could be is like a small stingray. Nah, whatever it was, literally just let it go. Lobster all day. Sun goes down, the lobsters come out. I knew I should have got out here a little earlier. I'm gonna try to get out here tomorrow too, though, around 4:30, so I can get a couple hours of decent fishing before the lobsters start doing what they do. See, and look, and the reason I'm using the head too is it's really hard to get it to come off. Let's go ahead and cast that sucker back out there though. That bait's still good. Make sure. Hoping something will really send this thing running though, like it did yesterday. This pull is always the one that gets hit too. This one always just gets hit. All right. Come on, something big. Gotta really get it out there. I had the paddleboard yesterday. I don't know if y'all who all was in here yesterday, but I was taking that out. And I was gonna do it again today, but since no one was coming to fish with me, I was just like, you know what? I'm just gonna take it out and just cast from shore. But you know, getting what we got in the chat. What's going on, Justin? Justin Mills. Guess what? One time I almost fell in. What'd you almost catch though? You gotta tell me what you caught. I almost fell in. Oh, a bass. I'm such a dumbass. I didn't see the underside of that. And then you almost fell in the water. Were you on a paddleboard or were you in a boat? How'd you almost fall in? I've never fallen in the water from fishing, but I have fallen in the water just like not paying attention. I have fallen in my pool too in Florida. I just recently got rid of that property, but I had a pool out there, and 2 times walking by, I straight up just was not paying attention. There's only like, you know, like a 3-foot stretch of concrete, like with the path that leads past my pool. I'll be doing something, but every single time I did have a beer in my hand too, so that might have been part of the problem. But I never dropped my beer. It's soaking wet. I even had my phone and my beer in my hand up in the air like that. So, oh, man, I want to get a run. I was so bummed yesterday too. Threw a grunion on this rod, and I'm just sitting there, and it just sent it screaming. And I think my problem was I tried to set the hook too quick instead of just letting it sit there and chew on it a little bit, whatever it was. And I know there's halibut in this bay, and the way it hit it and how hard it hit it and how fast it ran, I want to say it was a halibut or a big bass. It could have been a bat ray or something like that, but normally when a bat ray hits it, they suck the whole bait in, and you normally don't. I don't really lose too many bat rays. It seems like whenever I hook something like that, and they're more, the way they run too is they run up and down, like left and right. This took straight off towards the middle. Oh, yeah, it always gets really cold as soon as I get out of the water though. You think like the bay water is warm, it's almost better to just keep your feet in the water instead of getting out and let the wind chill you off. Maybe I'm just being a little girl. Wow. Those clouds are just beautiful. We're gonna have a really, really pretty summer this year. I can already tell. Justin, you still in here? Was that a bass, like a freshwater bass, or was it like a sand bass? What kind of bass was it? I'm curious. Oh, my neck is killing me today too. I do not know why my comments are not loading right. They keep like disappearing and coming back. That's super weird. No wind today either. That's what's crazy. No wind is so nice. I'm telling you, for me, wind and rain are the two things that just make fishing miserable. They make pretty much any outdoor experience miserable, but I'll deal with the heat, the sun all day long, but as soon as that wind comes out, I'll tell you what. And I'm only going to be here till about an hour after it gets dark, so I'm not going to be out too long. That is the benefit of being able to live right down the street from the water. You can just kind of come fish for an hour or two and then pack it up. You don't have to deal with traffic or anything like that. There's a lot of people out tonight too. I'm right on the boardwalk, so everybody's walking their dogs. Seen some runners running by earlier. I don't know why people run on the sand though, barefoot. I run, and I just prefer a nice pair of running shoes on the flat concrete. But you see some people, I think it's the resistance that they try to use, but I'll just take less resistance and run faster, you know? Normally right when it hits, when it actually gets dark too, the wind will die out completely for a little while. Water turns super glassy, and that I've noticed that is whenever you'll get a hit, you'll get a fat run, and I don't know what it is. If like the fish are just waiting for the water to clear up on the surface, and they're like, all right, time to go hunt. I've got a lonely seagull to the left of me right now. He's eyeing my fish. He's eyeing my bait. They're not stupid creatures, man. They see that fish, and they're like, oh, it's calling me. They see that fishing pole, and they're like, uh-oh, he's got food. Tonight would have been a perfect night to take out the paddleboard, though. I'm thinking about doing a little overnight fishing trip on the paddleboard, getting a little kayak anchor, seeing if I can last all night. I'll probably last an hour. As soon as it starts getting freezing out. Oh, now there's two seagulls. Appreciate the likes. Thank you. Come on, baby. These seagulls are both just straight staring at my line. This one's coming up like, you can give me something? Don't ever feed the seagulls. Horrible idea. As soon as you feed one, they just swarm. I've made that mistake a few times. I can think that's what they do. In fact, there's a nickname, come to the pier with no bait. And they, people that come to the pier with no bait, and go around asking for it, they're called seagulls. It's called seagulling. That's why when I show up to the pier, you'll never see me go up and ask people for bait. I'll let you give it to me. I just won't ask for it. Wow, it's crazy how much brighter the sky just got now that the sun just dipped down. Holy cow, it's beautiful out here. I've tried fishing out in the ocean, like just because I'm over here in the bay, right across the way is the open ocean. Every time I do, I just get dragged with seaweed. It's crazy. The water really ain't moving. Ain't coming up, ain't going down. It's been like in the same spot the entire time I've been here. This is the highest I've seen the tide in a while, though. Oh. Any minute now, one of these poles is going to go screaming. Wow, the sky just gets orange and orange. I wonder if it's going to turn red next. It's crazy how the sun can go down and then the sky just turns such a crazy color. I don't know if the camera's showing it the way I see it, but it just looks straight like clouds and fog. Some dude out there just was screaming. He's like, whoa! And now we got people over there screaming. Or were they seagulls? I really can't tell. Wow, so if I move out of the way, it's when I'm up close, it really changes the way the shot looks. Well, when I'm over here, wow, it really brightens it up. That's interesting. Welcome in if you're just coming in. I was rambling on for a little bit, but I'll quieten it up a little bit for a second. Just trying to enjoy just the sound of the water. It's so calm. I need to remind myself, that this is where I need to be at more than work. I'll tell you what, by far, I feel so much better when I'm not doing this. Like I never have a problem going to work. I guess that's what I'm trying to say, because I know I'm making money. It serves a purpose, and I will talk myself coming out fishing. The older I get, I don't know if y'all are the same way, but this just goes for fun in general, But the older we get, sometimes you just like, no, I'm just gonna stay in tonight. No, it seems like too much work, and honestly, that's the wrong answer. Every time I find myself actually out here, And I mean, even today, I almost talked myself out of just coming down for an hour. And yeah, it's cold. I got to pack up afterwards. It's a little annoying, but at the end of the day, you know, it's kind of, I'm just happy I actually got out here. And the other thing too is the fishing has truly the past few years been a lot worse than it was just even 5-6 years ago. So it's harder to want to come out here and catch something. But I got to remind myself that the only way I'm going to catch something is if I'm actually out here fishing. So. Oh, there we go. Got something on that one over there. Something jumped on it. You got something out in this water. I have 2 pieces of bait on that. Be still could be lobster or crab. There's quite a bit out here in this bay. I got a microphone over on that one, so if it runs, y'all be able to hear it as well. But then this one right here, I'm standing next to, so hopefully if it runs. It's starting to get cold. It was so warm earlier. I was like, I took my jacket off. Now that that sun's gone, I'm gonna get here tomorrow around 4:30 for sure. 4, so that way I got a good couple solid hours. You don't want to get here too early though. If you get here like 3:30, you still got people out here doing their wind sports and things like that, and then you just kind of get tangled up or take a chance of just getting your gear messed up or getting in an argument with somebody. Seems like people hate fishermen. Not everybody, but those that do, man, they sure make themselves known. I can see the current right here too, and that's right where I'm basically casting into. And it pulls straight to the shore right there. Huh. I've never seen it do it like that. Interesting. Actually, you can see on camera the current too. If you, it's a little break in the water right there. Come on, fish. I'm investing in one of those propane heaters, those little portable ones though, because I don't like being cold. That's the one thing. I don't mind being hot. I'll sweat. I've always had the same like philosophy. You can remove clothing and you can cool yourself off, but man, getting warm, you can always add more, but at a certain point, man, you're just freezing. Got another 30 minutes here, probably wrap it up. Got a little action though, this one. Something was messing with it. Oh, did it just go off a little again? And that one a minute ago was chirping. Probably lobster though. Like I was saying a bit ago, as soon as that sun goes down, they come out. This Sunday, we're going to be down in Imperial Beach fishing for thresher. That's going to be some fun. Might end up at shelter. I don't know. We'll see. Definitely going to put together a video, though, where I'm going to take the paddleboard out. I want to catch a shark on the paddleboard. That sounds like fun. I don't know how I'm going to land it, though. That's the part that I haven't figured out yet. Hook it and then take it to shore, I guess. In fact, I bet like as I know I'm getting closer to finishing the fight, I should probably take the anchor, de-anchor, pull it up. That way I'll start drifting to shore. That's probably the best bet. That way whenever I actually get close to landing, I can hop out, pull it to shore, get some pictures, and then release it. That's one of my friends that love shark are with me, then they're gonna make me let them keep it, which is fine, you know. Nothing wrong with harvesting your own food. This guy looks like it's on fire. And then back that way, the other direction, it just looks like pitch blackness and darkness. I feel like I need a rebait. I think I'm gonna rebait. Nope. Just take the clicker off. Yeah, something took a. Something had it. That's the thing too. Sometimes them lobsters will be real sneaky the way they take it into the weeds and just kind of have a little hometown buffet. And they always get it into the weeds. Either get in. No, you know what? Nothing even touched that. Huh. It's no good. Nothing touched that at all. I'm going to switch over to a more optimal chunk. Big old juicy meaty piece instead of the head, but the head stays on better, you know? This is fresh bait though, so it should be fine. That's another reason why I like using the kayak, because the kayak, you just pull it out there. There's no jerking of the bait and things like that. I'm pretty sure it's on there because I would have seen it drop. All right. That's back out. Clicker's on. Hopefully that puts off a nice scent and something just slams it, because I'm sick of being out here for my health. It's crazy that current's coming closer and closer too. It seems like it's going to pull up right on us. Burr. I seem to forget this thing has a hood. It's the weirdest little turtleneck hood, but it works. Makes me look like I got no neck. I am the darkness. I am the night. I have this constant ringing in my ear, right? And every once in a while, I'm thinking it's that damn blue rod over there, out of sight, running. But it's not. It's just my fucking ears. God bless the Army. Range day. Always fun. The mirror plugs didn't work. It is so quiet out. Welcome in if you're just getting here. We're fishing for bat rays, and I'm hoping, honestly, like get a leopard or a soup fin. They say soup fins come into the soup fin shark too, if you're not familiar with it, or also known as a school shark. They say they come to the bay. I've never caught one out here. I've caught smoothhound, which is similar, but they're way smaller. But who knows? Maybe we'll snag one tonight. I can't tell you how many times I've just been sitting here thinking it's going to be a dead night, and then that pole just takes off running. So the only thing that bugs me is when I just threw out right now, I didn't physically, like normally I like to track the bait, like watch it go through the air and land in the water, because, you know, that way I know my bait's still on my hook. I didn't see it, so now in the back of my head, I just have this small inkling, like, what if the bait flew off? What if that's just a dry hook out there? Seems to be a lot of grass in the water too, and I think that's because the water's heating up. Once that water heats up, a lot of that grass, the seagrass, starts dying out. It uproots off the bottom, the floor, the fucking bay. Sorry, I'm no National Geographic dude. You get what I'm trying to say, though. And it all ends up on my fishing hook and on the shore. In the summertime, when it gets real hot, man, it starts stinking. And then like July, August, especially out on the ocean, you get all this dang gnats or whatever they are. It just gets gross. They used to, when I was a kid, they'd come by in the morning, you know, like once or twice a week, and they would rake all of the dead seaweed up to get it off the beach to help clean it up and just get all the gnats, because the gnats just hoard on that dead kelp and it just gets real gross. But they don't do it no more. Hopefully they start doing it again someday. It'd be nice. Got 20 more minutes, man. I need something to hit in 20 minutes, literally on the dot too. I've been out here for 40 minutes now. I said I'd be out here for an hour. There are easier ways to go fishing too. I mean, you can hop on a boat. I would spend less money if I just went on boats fishing, to be honest. I'd fish probably just as much too, because all of the bait and extra gear and things that I buy just to go around and shore fish would equate to just going out and getting on a half or full day boat once a week. But I like this because it's so much harder. It does get overwhelming though, or not overwhelming. You get burnt out because you do get to the point where you're like, dang, I do want to just put some fish on. But the whole reason we fish like this, for bigger fish, is the payoff. When you do land something huge from shore, you're not out in deep water to do it, and you fight it, and you do everything it takes to get it in. It just, I don't know, it just feels like more of a trophy. That's all fishing is just that next little aquatic trophy. Stars are coming out. We go. Stingray on it. That's normally what it means whenever the rod just tap a little bit. A lot of times it's just a stingray or something. Oh, yeah, my line's a little slack too. Nah, ain't nothing on there. Ain't nothing on there. Do we at least have some bait on there? Yeah, some took it. Some took it. I'll repeat this one probably one more time. That mackerel skin, when it's fresh, though, I'll tell you what, that's good stuff. It does not tear. When mackerel skin gets mushy, it's worthless bait. But whenever it's fresh, I'll tell you what, that's some good stuff. I barely could get it off that hook. And the crazy thing is, this is some mackerel I took with me yesterday, and then I took it with me, and it got basically a little defrosted, and then what's a big chunk? Whatever, let's send it. That says eat me, right? Nice mackerel. Anyway. No, I was worried that I might get a little mushy, but tell you what. tell you the one thing about fishing though, you have to be able to rebait. If you don't rebait enough, it's the biggest mistake. You sit there and just hope that waterlogged bait that might not even be on your rod is going to do the trick. Send her out. How that went? Blowing. Microphone on that one, on that rod, so if it runs, y'all be able to hear it along. We all know that sounds music to our ears as anglers. Welcome in, welcome in. Smash it with a like if you don't mind. Help this boy out, get into that algorithm. It's rough out here. I see dudes with toilets on their head getting more views than I do, and I don't understand it. There's a dude, and I know you've seen him scroll, and he just speaks gibberish. He's all he's got, like, excuse me, hundreds of people in his room, and I don't understand it. Like, I guess people like to just look at mental health problems, right? Is that what it is? It's like one of those things like where you just can't look away. I mean, if you guys need, I will go start wearing a mackerel necklace made of like mackerel heads and start doing the mackerel dance for you guys. Can't do all that. It is really not moving. Wind's dying down. It's starting to warm up now. Or maybe it's just the fact that I put my hood up. Welcome in, welcome in. Just rebaited, just recast out. Wind's dying down. Water's really calming down. So it's gorgeous out tonight, though. I'll tell you what. We're out here in San Diego Bay. I'm sorry, Mission Bay in San Diego. Not the big bay. This is the smaller bay a little up north, just south of La Jolla. There's nobody out on the water right now either. That looks like a bright old star right there, but that is not. That is an airplane coming in. We're about 13 minutes from the airport, so you'll see them coming in. Had a couple of people thinking that those were stars. Actually, that might be a planet right there. I might be an idiot. Who knows? Give it 5 minutes and we'll see, because that is bright and it has not moved. But directly to the right, that for sure, it's out of y'all's view right now, but that it definitely is an airplane, because I can see the green and red, little highlights from its. No, yeah, that's a plane for sure. I can see the red. It's crazy, because you can see them so far away. It's amazing. I just really don't bring a flashlight down here either. If I catch something, it's hard to see. Man, it's insane how the tide has literally stayed in the same spot. It normally moves up and down quite a bit more. I'm not complaining though. This is nice. I like it whenever it's not coming up or down. To move your damn rods a bunch, your rod holders specifically. Can we catch a fish? What is that? Oh, that's a smaller. You normally don't see planes this hour. That's a trip. And I still can't tell if that one way out there, that one little bright dot, I cannot tell if that is a planet or a plane. It has been there for a hot minute, so I'm pretty sure that's not an airplane. But I keep thinking, wait, it's so hard to tell because it is like blinking a little bit. But it can't be. Nah, I don't know. It's playing tricks on me. Now I'm invested. Because the other ones, like to the right, are coming in, and like you can see them like slowly come into view. Yeah, that's definitely not an airplane. That no, it's been like by. It's definitely an airplane. You can't tell me though you've never been stupid and sat there like convinced. Here, fishy, 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 fishy. I'm willing to try anything at this point. The other thing I do like about this spot, though, just being right down the road from my house, is I don't have to bring hardly any gear. Normally, if I'm going all the way down to like a fishing pier that's like an hour away, I'm bringing way too much gear because I don't know if they're really biting on these lures today. Even though I really don't use a lot of plastics. Still, like you don't want to. And the cool thing about being part of the fishing community, at least I is that people share. People are very generous out here. I don't know how it is on the rest of the coast or in the Midwest, but out here people are very, very generous. I've seen people give away $20 to see somebody a chance to fish. And I've seen people loan stuff out knowing that they might get it lost, and I've seen people have when things like that happen. Just the other day, I got to the pier, and one of my buddies immediately saw that one of my rods didn't have any mono on top of the braid. I totally didn't even realize that it didn't have mono on it. I thought it was good. I had my reel cover on it. That's why I couldn't tell. And he busted out his line. He's like, I got this sweet 50-pound test right here. It was a huge roll too. And he didn't even, he took my rod. His other buddy tied the knot for me to the uni knot. Like, cause I was just getting there, just setting up. So they just handled it for me and boom, handed me my rod back all the way spooled up. And I'll tell you what, man, that right there is like, that's what you want in life, is whenever you have people around you like that, that'll just take care of you, and vice versa. You got to be that way to people. And the coolest part was it's multicolored monofilament. So it's like red, blue, and green. And the reel that it's on right now is a Avid Dorado. You can't even get these things anymore. And on a custom rod that is the same color as the Dorado, or the same color scheme. And it looks so sweet. It like, I'm buying a bunch of that line. That line is so sweet. Yeah, I can't believe I thought that might be a plane. It's hilarious. That is definitely a planet. I don't know which planet. I'm assuming like Venus or Mars or something, but even though Mars is only more of a orange color. Or maybe that's just a star. No, because normally the planet, that has to be a planet because it's so big. It's crazy how clear it is. It also could be because I have a new contact prescription. Maybe I just can see better. But normally the stars aren't this clear to me. For as quiet as it is out, how calm it is, I was expecting to get way more action. I think I got to get on a tuna boat this year, though. Definitely think I need to get on a tuna boat this year. I swear I see a red dot on that sucker though. Like the bottom of it, I see like clear as day, red. That's what's tripping me out. And it's like how low it is. It by far is the lowest visible light in the sky. So like every other light is way up. No, that doesn't make no sense, man. Like every other star is like very high vertically. Well, no, I can see one there. Okay, if I really, really try to look. And my girl has on her phone a little app that tells you what it is. I guess I could download it too, but I'm lazy. I'm not doing all that right now. In fact, what is it? We have literally just hit an hour and a minute. And I said that that's as long as we were gonna be out here for. I really want to run though. That's fishing though, you know? That's fishing. Those are some bright spotlights way across the bay too. That's crazy. I do like that the lights are that way. It kind of gives y'all something to look at. It's not just like pure blackness. All right, y'all. I appreciate y'all coming in, hanging out. But unfortunately, it is time to call it. Cheers, and see y'all tomorrow. Different bat time, same bat channel.